Hello my fellow survivors, and welcome back to another Walking Dead comic review. We have the second part of the New World Order story arc, issue 176. I'm not going to talk anymore, so let's just get straight into the issue. But yeah, it says previously that in the last issue we met the Commonwealth for the very first time, aka the Stormtroopers. Goes on to meet Stephanie, but obviously they were ambushed, and they find the Wall of the Lost, and the biggest cliffhanger of that issue was Michonne actually finding her daughter again, that her daughter is looking for her. And the first panel starts off with that photo again, and obviously Michonne is just in tears, and she just wants, I think, yeah, Lance is like, what's going on? And Michonne's like, take me to that bakery on 6th Street now, because it said please contact Elodie at the bakery on 6th Street. So I feel like we're going to see her in this issue. Lance says he can't do that. Michonne is furious, saying, I wasn't asking, you're going to take me there now. Everyone's like, what are you doing, what are you doing, what are you doing? And Michonne's just having her, she's having her, like, on her knees, crying, saying her daughter is alive. Now, I think that is that is perfect emotion capture right there. Because if you haven't seen your child in 4 years, whilst thinking, okay, if like at the end of the world, in the apocalypse, you being like on the other side of the city might as well equivalent to you being on Jupiter. You ain't never gonna get back. And obviously she's lost her, and she's been on her own for so long, then found Rick in issue 19 and everything else that's gone on. But Lance is like, okay, she was alive, but he was like saying, oh, it's been years, she might not even be alive anymore. And Magnus is like, are you trying to be funny? That's not exactly something you tell her. But he says, I know that the problem is that he knows that he's being a dick, so I hate Lance. And wow, this is what I love about Charlie Adlard's writing. Double page spreads are pang. We get two lovely. And I just noticed this little boy here, he's giving out a newspaper. He's probably one of those guys in the olden times who go, extra, extra, get your newest Walking Dead issue right here, or something like that. Oh, finally, here we finally meet Stephanie, the woman that we were talking on the radio, and like she calls out, Eugene, Eugene, and he's like, are you Stephanie? And she went, yes. And obviously Lance has a massive go at her, saying this is not your expertise, this is unacceptable. And she says it does have its flaws. And I read on, and it's like she was like, you promised me I could speak to them and build trust. They are cautious people. Understandable, it's been 4 years. And Lance just goes, you are not qualified to build that trust. Maybe we forgave your unauthorized radio usage too quickly. So I'm guessing they do like assessments, and then she's like, I'm sorry for what just happened. He says, then I believe you're supposed to be at work. And he's like, don't make me change your employment assignment. You definitely won't like where you're placed. Wow, okay, so Lance is a bit of a dick. He's like, you won't like where you've been placed. Da, da, da. And then I'm assuming, yeah, here we meet a new character. His name is Maxwell Hawkins. These all sound like really posh names. And where they are right now looks like they're in a bank. I'm guessing that's where the new governor, as it was said, because it was said in the little plot that it says an audience with a different kind of governor. So are we gonna get a governor 2.0 or what? Wow, the lighting on my camera is very terrible right now. And he's like, okay, which may I ask which one of you is in contact with us or got in contact with us in the first place? And Eugene's like, I did it. It was me. And he asks what his profession was before, or they ask Eugene. Eugene's like, I'm a high school science teacher, which we did know before, back in issue 67, when everyone found out Eugene was lying. he says he was a high school science teacher, and Abraham flipped his shit. And he's like, oh, that simply won't do. What about you? He goes to Princess, and she goes, all kinds of stuff. She worked as a coffee barista and a record store retail, and he's just like, that's enough. Nope. What about you? And he goes to Michonne, and she says, I was a lawyer. Obviously, we knew that from the Telltale games because she had to work away a lot from her ex-husband Dominic with Elodie and Colette. Obviously, Colette we don't know is alive, or Dominic or whatever, but we don't even know if Elodie is alive. But he asks like public defender, and then she goes private practice. She's just made a partner, and he was like, that'll work, come on mate, you with me now. And we finally meet the new governor. I'm not going to say she's evil at this point, but he's like, this is Michonne, she was a lawyer, she's the highest profession out of this whole group. But it's a shame we don't get to see what Magna, Yumiko, or Sadiq did before. It's kind of a shame, it's kind of a missed opportunity right there. But we finally meet the governor of the Commonwealth, and her name is Pamela Melton. And I'm sorry, but this image here, that looks terrifying, because you can't really see her face. It's terrifying. Like, that as a page spread would have... Brilliant. It's a missed opportunity, but I'm not going to complain because it's a new issue. I don't care. She starts explaining about who they are. They establish order at the Commonwealth. They are 50,000 strong, and they always bring more people in, so we're guessing everyone from America has communities based, and obviously they've all come to the Commonwealth, to Ohio, and obviously they're now 50,000 strong, which sounds pretty awesome. But Michonne is saying her blunt self, and she's like, am I supposed to say thank you? And the governor, or I'm going to call her Governor 2, or actually no, I'm going to call her Pamela, because calling her Governor is going to get confusing. But she's like, well, it's nice to be polite, isn't it? She goes, look, let's cut the tension here a little, you want to know a bit about us? And she's like, tell me what can make you become a part of the Commonwealth? And she says, who said we want to? In my eyes, or in her mind, they're auditioning them, she's auditioning them as much as they are auditioning her, which is kind of clever, because obviously Rick sent them out to talk to them to establish a trade connection, so obviously she's doing her job in a way. And I found this little panel to be quite comical, the top one, where they're all just sitting in chairs. Charlie Adlard, that was part of the preview before the issue came out, and that panel was there, and honestly I couldn't stop laughing. I was thinking, they're all a bunch of high schoolers in detention, so, you know, like you just sit outside the principal's office or the detention hall or whatever, just getting ready to go. And the guards that were protecting us in issue 175, they've just arrived back, and one just goes, I'm going to shower for a week, and another just goes, I'm going to shower for an hour, then sleep for a week. But then we hear the name Mercer. Now, if you saw the cover for issue 177, we meet Officer Mercer, and he says, Mercer is going to shit when he hears he missed out on the Magenta Swarm. Okay, that's the second time we've had that in 2 issues. What is the Magenta Swarm? Hopefully we find out about it pretty soon, because I don't want him to get rid of the Commonwealth anytime soon. And he says he loves killing swarms. And obviously they're all covered in blood. Now, many Walking Dead fans have asked, like, how do they keep the suits so clean? They're white. Completely white. And how the hell do they keep them clean? Do they still have fairy liquid about? Who knows? Lance is like, welcome back. They say how good the thing was, and they just said, we only had to reposition twice. We're a well-oiled machine. And he goes, Mercer has taught you well. Again, we mentioned Mercer for the second time, but we won't see him until next month, will we? So I'll have to, future me, a month from now, rewatch this video and explain it, if you can. They were like, we're camped out for 3 days before we met you. But yeah, the Governor 2 checks on Michonne again, and they're like, okay, this is what we are, this is what we do. And she was like, I'm not following. And she goes on to say, like, civilization is a machine, we all work together, we all do our part, and we get on, we all work as one big machine. And she goes, I take one look at you and I can tell you're an engine, which kind of reminds me of Dr. Engine from Crash Bandicoot, God knows why. And she says, oh, we all work together, we all move in the same direction, everything flows, and if that doesn't happen, then there's literally chaos. That's it, chaos. That was also in the preview. If you check out Charlie Adlard's Twitter account and follow him, he posts up the preview a week before the issue comes out, so I check it out and try to break it down and analysis and all that kind of stuff. Michonne's just like, okay, stop. This is taking on longer than I expected. And then she starts to break down, and she's like, is there something wrong? What's wrong? And then she explains, my daughter is here. I haven't seen her since before society broke down. I need to see her. And she's like, if you want to convince me that you're good people, take me to her so I can hear it from Elodie that this place is safe. And she's like, okay, I'm a mother myself. You've shown no restraint thus far. You're good to go. Let's find your daughter right now. I will escort you myself. And she's the highest ranking official in that community, so her word carries a lot of weight. Michonne just goes, thank you. And then we reach the bakery on 6th Street. Says it must be here. And she says, and the guy who runs the bakery, I don't know why the pronounce for the bakery. And she's like, do you have an employee in it? And then we finally meet Elodie. There she is. She just baked a cake. Let's have some cake, everyone. For everyone who likes this video, go and have yourself some cake. Preferably chocolate, it's nice. And then take it over to the Fenton's place. Like they have a conversation about their work. And then obviously, this is what I like, the little attention to detail. Michonne's face in that panel looks amazing. She's like scared. Oh, someone's just followed me. Hashtag SkymanHolman. Thank you for following me on Instagram, my Instagram, and that will be in the description below. Shh. But yeah, they're like, he's like, what's going on? Are you okay? And this is brilliant. Like, 2 panels, them both looking at each other. It's the connection that it's just like that. Okay. Whoa, wait, hang on. Do I know you? And then Michonne goes, it's Mum. It's me. And Elodie literally just drops the cake. Poor cake, rest in peace, chocolate cake. I'm hoping it was going to be. And then we get a lovely, final, brilliant page spread of Michonne and her daughter with the cake on the floor. Yep, that's it. End of issue. Wham bam, thank you, issue. But yeah, that's the end of the issue, guys. It's a bit of it. I mean, it was actually quite an emotional issue for me when I first read it, because I mean, a mother who hasn't seen her daughter for the last 4 years has now just been reunited, and I feel like the first page or so of 177 is gonna be like, what happened? Like, we're gonna kind of get like a side story, so like it'll be cut into 2, so where Michonne and Elodie and the new governor will talk about what's gonna happen, and Rick and everyone else and that, and then maybe Eugene, Sadiq, Magna, Yumiko and Princess just looking around the community. Like, Eugene will talk to Stephanie, Sadiq, Magna and Yumiko will do their own thing, and Princess will discover everyone else. Like, and obviously we'll meet Officer Mercer, so that's going to be something to look forward to for March. And if you saw the cover for 178, you can see Princess fighting with some Commonwealth soldiers. Now that's a big concern, because what has she done to piss them off? It's Princess. What do we expect from the Princess? But yeah, I have a lot of predictions coming up, and also I do have the Michonne 15th anniversary variant, which is amazing. and pretty cool. Yes, I did pick up my 175. Sorry about that for last month, but obviously New Year they had to delay. They delayed the shipments, so it didn't come in on the 3rd. It came in on the 4th. But I have the Rick variant, the Michonne variant, and I'm happy to announce that yesterday I know next month's issue is going to be of the original governor, which is right here. April's will be Andrea, which is right there. And then in May's, I believe it's Carl. So 177, 178 and 179's variant covers have been released. I wonder who else is going to be rest, because they're doing it for all year. So who knows who we're going to have next. Ooh. Speculation, speculation. But yes, this is the end of the video, guys. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to like, share, and comment in the comment section below. Please get this video to 30 likes, and that will be much, much appreciated. That is our like goal. That's all I really have to say. Comment what you thought of the issue below, and I will see you guys next month for issue 177. All Out War. No, not All Out War. I'm thinking of the show. New World Order Part 3.